BuzzFeed has been BuzzBot. The inventor of virality just sold for 95% less than its peak valuation.
We'll tell you what went wrong, but also what went oh so right at BuzzFeed.
Oh, Yetis, it is a millennial cringe moment for a bunch of our millennial brands, is it not, Jack?
Allbirds pivoted from sneakers to AI. And Under Armour pivoted from Steph Curry to an all-time low stock price.
Hold on to your avocado toast, besties, because we just got to add BuzzFeed to that list. You see, Yetis, BuzzFeed is nearly bankrupt right now.
BuzzFeed stock is down 99% since they SPAC'd onto the stock market in 2021.
The shares were trading at 77 cents yesterday morning.
But they just got acquired by comedian-turned-entrepreneur Byron Allen, who also owns the Weather Channel.
So now, BuzzFeed's founder, Jonah Peretti, is stepping down as CEO after 20 years, although he'll remain as head of BuzzFeed AI.
So what Disney princess is BuzzFeed right now?
Where would we put them right now, Jack?
Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, not Cinderella, Belle. I like Belle.
That rose was down to like one petal left.
Although it is a bit of a late Cinderella story because the stock jumped 90% yesterday from 77 cents to $1.40.
Speaking of Disney, there's a whole tragic side to this BuzzFeed story with Disney as a main character.
Why didn't you enlighten us, Jack?
In 2013, Disney offered to acquire BuzzFeed, the hot new media brand of the time, for $650 million, but Jonah Peretti said no.
He said no, and a couple years later, it looked like the right call.
Because BuzzFeed hit a peak private market valuation of $1.7 billion. Good call turning down Disney's offer, like Zuckerberg turning down Yahoo's offer.
But besties, no one to hold them, no one to fold them, right, Jack?
13 years after the Disney offer, today, BuzzFeed sold for 1/5 of what Mickey Mouse was offering to pay 13 years ago.
So Yetis, Jack and I find this fascinating because we interviewed BuzzFeed's founder once and he told us the incredible story of when he invented virality.
Here's what happened. He tried to make customized Nikes with the word sweatshop stitched onto the shoe.
But then Nike refused to do that, so Jonah made it go viral by emailing everyone he knew.
It was the first case of virality, not catching algorithms, catching email chains.
And that's how BuzzFeed began. They started with this formula that Jonah Peretti discovered.
Give a niche audience a hook topic and a headline that starts a curiosity loop.
Boom, Jonah's formula led to the invention of the listicle.
X number of things that only Y people will understand.
That formula was BuzzFeed's competitive advantage. 12 things you'll only understand if your mom loves the Kennedys.
Then you sent that article to everyone you know whose mom, like yours, wishes she'd married a Kennedy instead of your father.
And by 2011, Yetis, BuzzFeed had pivoted from low to high. It was wild.
They hired the editor-in-chief from Politico to pursue hard DC reporting.
Get this, BuzzFeed won a Pulitzer Prize for investigative journalism. Yeah, that BuzzFeed.
The site famous for which Hogwarts house are you? won an award for reporting about Muslim detention camps in China.
And that's not all. Around the same time, BuzzFeed incubated a whole new form of media.
The YouTube talk show.
Hot Ones, that started on BuzzFeed.
Try Guys, that launched on BuzzFeed too.
The 30-second food recipe videos without words that you're scrolling each day for that miso salmon glaze.
BuzzFeed's Tasty invented that format.
So ironically, besties, the content you watch on YouTube and TikTok was both BuzzFeed's creation and its downfall. So Jack, can you whip up one takeaway for us for our buddies over at BuzzFeed?
BuzzFeed is actually the first victim of AI slop.
Now, Yetis, BuzzFeed could turn around with this new owner. We hope it does. But if it doesn't, the cause of death is clear.
Its advertising-dependent business model got eaten first by Facebook, then by Google, then by Instagram, and finally by TikTok.
See, nobody leaves their feeds these days. Advertising revenue sold on BuzzFeed.com hasn't risen in years.
But the more recent problem that no one talks about, BuzzFeed was actually an early mover in artificial intelligence.
But that bet on AI was actually wrong, because in 2023, BuzzFeed pivoted to AI-crafted articles to cut down on their costs.
Just after ChatGPT launched, Jonah bet early on AI in a desperate move to save the company and to save costs.
But the product, well, it was the first AI slop, before we even had the term AI slop, and it just didn't connect with audiences.
BuzzFeed, it's both the most disruptive media brand of the last decade, but its final slip was on its own slop.